United States of America demands the end of Sharia and blasphemy laws in Nigeria. Okocha Happy Marcel. Now this is my brother from another mother. Now he will give us more explanations and deep insight into this matter. But let me chip in something before we listen to him. When they talk about ending of Sharia and blasphemy law, go online, there's a video trending now where an Hausa man said, if that is what will bring the end to Nigeria, then so be it, that they are not ready to compromise their Sharia law. So when you hear this kind of message, what does it tell you? Maybe most of us will come now when I give it a headline that will capture you to watch this message from beginning to the end. Not because of the headline, but watch the content of it. Because every video that have been posted out there have been made out of emotion, out of something that is attached to it, out of a lesson that people need to learn. But sometimes now people will come and tell you now, once they see headline, it is not the content of the headline. Listen to me, my brother, headline is not news. Headline is just to draw your attention to watch the content of the video. Nobody will just go online and begin to make a fool of himself to post online. If you watch it today, tomorrow you will not go back to watch. That's the simple truth. Headline draws you. When they come, there is something here. Not when you see the headline, maybe it's a kind of a little bit different from what you expected. Then you begin to lament. If they give headline now, Jesus is coming today and tomorrow, you will never watch it. Then why are you complaining when they give a kind of controversial headline just to draw your attention so that you can see the message, understand it, read it, and also pass it on? Because because very soon now, and I go see come now and say, I beg you, I come in peace. Okay, let us listen to this message. Whenever you hear the end of Sharia and blasphemy law, just know it that Biafra is around the corner. That is the only thing I want you to understand. So please, let us listen to this, our brother from another mother. He have a deeper explanation and insight into this matter. And after then, we then revert back here for more a kind of dissection into the comment section of this video. So please, listen to our brother.
In my previous videos, I promised that I'm going to analyze the report that Redimo submitted to Donald J. Trump about the issue of Christian persecution in Nigeria. 2 days ago, he posted that he officially, because November last year, he said that in the month of February, that he will be submitting the report officially to Donald J. Trump. Why is he doing this? They were saddled with the responsibility of going to Nigeria to really investigate and find out what is actually going on. After Donald J. Trump made the famous statement that he's going to go into Nigeria guns blazing to wipe away the Islamic militants who are killing the cherished Christians, according to him. So, ever since then, we have seen a lot of movement, delegations. Redimo with his team actually came to Nigeria. They visited one of the IDP camp in Benue State. I think that is the only state they visited, the IDPs, where they saw over 600,000 Christians in the IDP camp. So, ever since then, many things have been ongoing and so on and so forth. I read through this report, and I think that there are so many things that are confidential and that might not be presented in this report, like the issue of the terror sponsors and so on and so forth. So, they really go through so many angles, like touching the issue of fundamentalists. So, let me just be fast and go through it. And where I want to deliberate mostly among these points, that is the recommendations they gave Trump, that this is what he should do. So what I'm going to touch tonight very well is about the repealing of the Sharia law and blasphemy law, and that is the controversial issues here, because a lot of people have been misreactions. We get to that, okay? We'll get to that so that you will understand what actually people are thinking about the issue of Sharia law, because that is what is going to actually shake Nigeria. And US understands what is going on globally. They really understand the problem that we are having in the whole world. This is not even, a Nigerian issue. It's a global issue. So because of that, I believe that they have something to do. So let us look at this before I go into the details of what Redimo said. This is from Omar Sandisu. These were comments, how people were, reacting to what, was published about this report from Redimo, that US is demanding the repeal of Sharia law and blasphemy law in a secular state. That is not a hard thing that US is demanding. But I know that these people will never agree on this, and that is where the problem lies. That is where the division comes. So if you want Sharia law, then you've got to leave Nigeria. So that is where US stands at this moment. Like from Omar Sandisu, he's saying that the Sharia legal system in Nigeria has come to stay forever. Even though the leaders who implemented the Sharia are not serious, they don't abide by it, but still a movement forward, okay, to the sources. And we hope one day someone will implement it 100%. That is the whole Nigeria. And even our Christian brothers, we appreciate and enjoy the gesture. So this has come to verify and approve what former senator and former governor of Zamfara State, right? Mr. What is the name? The man that brought Sharia to Nigeria, the man that fought for it. Okay, so he said that it is the ambition of every Muslim in Nigeria to make Nigeria a Sharia state. Do you understand? So it is the ambition. There is no two ways about it. And the US, figure out that yes, it is because of the issue of Sharia that is making, all these Boko Haram to come out, because these are just soldiers, according to Shegumi. These people are soldiers. It is their soldiers. They are their people. You can't just kill them. You can't just remove them. So both the ideology that is driving this Boko Haram, it is the same ideology that is driving so many people in government houses. So don't look at people in Agbada and suit in government houses and you think that they are different from the people inside the bush. Okay? now, he is saying that, even our Christian brothers and sisters will appreciate and enjoy the gesture. So they are just trying to tell you that this is what everybody will be under, and they are working towards it. Be sleeping, but thank God that someone, another nation, they are rising up against this. And I'm telling you, I appreciate every activist in Nigeria. I appreciate everyone what they are doing. But you see what? Where everybody's making mistake is the issue of Islamization of Nigeria. They want to be politically correct because maybe they have political ambition. Maybe they just want to be politically correct. Oh, we have passed the time of being politically correct. Not in a country where other came from Aso Rock to ask the soldiers to leave before they abduct children with a helicopter painted green, white, and green up, and you want to be politically correct. That what is going on is not this. There is no agenda. Are you foolish? In a country where children were kidnapped, a national security advisor said children in detention camp are doing fine, and AFP just published the intelligence that Nigeria paid the Boko Haram $2 billion, 2 billion naira, that is $2 million, for them to be released. Like, what is wrong with us? Like, what is actually wrong with us? We want to be politically correct so that people will not offend some section. No, anybody that want to be offended should be offended. People are dying. People are homeless. Blood is flowing in Nigeria, and we should speak the truth about it. Now, Garazali Osman Sani is saying, blasphemy laws will never be repealed. It is divine law, which is not subject to amendment, repeal, or alteration. See, go clear for no eye. Many Nigerians who do not understand what Sharia law, you know, Ahmed Sani Yerima, okay? The man who brought Sharia, when he was in the Senate, he was telling the Nigerians, saying, listen, Nigerian constitution, Nigerian law doesn't have any right to amend Sharia law. Nobody can alter Sharia law. It stands like that. Blasphemy law stands like that. And these are contrary to the Nigerian constitution. These are contrary to the Nigerian constitution. Boko Haram, what do you want? They say they want a Sharia country. ISWAP, what do you want? A Sharia country. Lakurawa, what do you want? They invited us to teach Sharia. Nigeria invited us to teach Sharia, and they said they are not doing it, fast. So we have to start killing. We have to start, bringing this Sharia with full force. Nigeria invited the terrorists, and the terrorists, what they invited them for, they did not do it again. The terrorists are carrying arms. Fanana also told us, I still have the video. He said that Adimodu Sheriff, the governor of Borno, said appointed Boko Haram. After appointing Boko Haram into his cabinet as a commissioner of religious affairs for the implementation of Sharia, the Boko Haram leader came to executive meeting, and they were talking about contrast. That was where they said, no, these people are not serious about Sharia. Let us go and fight and bring Sharia to Nigeria. So we are just deceiving ourselves that Nigeria will be one. Stay with me in this video. Okay, now, let me just leave about the comments of people onwards. Let me go back to the details of the report that was submitted to the United States. All right, I will do that fast, okay? This is the title, Ending the Persecution of Christians in Nigeria. Comments President Trump for his decisive action to redesignate Nigeria as a country of particular concern, CPC, to hold perpetrators of violence to account and compel the government of Nigeria to protect the vulnerable communities and end religious persecutions. The president called on Congress Redemore, Chairman Tom Cole, and the House Appropriation Committee to investigate and produce a report on the prosecution and slaughter of Nigerian Christians. To examine the facts, Appropriations Vice Chair Mario Diaz-Balart hosted an investigative roundtable and led a congressional delegation to Nigeria, and House Foreign Affairs Committee Chairman Brian Mast and Africa Subcommittee Chairman Chris Smith held a hearing to gather evidence from government and civil society witnesses. The close collaboration culminated in the following recommendations. So this is the findings. This is what was discovered. After decades of persecution, Nigeria is the deadliest place in the world to be a Christian. Christians are subject to ongoing violence attack from well-armed militia and terrorist group, resulting in the death and murder of tens of thousands of Christians, including pastors and priests. The destruction of thousands of churches and schools, as well as kidnappings, blasphemy laws in Nigeria's northern states are used to silence speech and dissent, target Christians and minorities, and justify so-called conviction without due process. President Trump's bold action and attention from Congress has created a once-in-a-generation opportunity for real change to address this 2 decades-long crisis, although the government of Nigeria is a key partner for the United States. Now, let me just go straight to the recommendation. That is where we are going to look into now. A recommendation: strike a bilateral agreement between the United States and the Nigerian government to protect vulnerable Christian communities from violent persecution, eliminate jihadist terror activities in the region, further economic cooperation and counter adversaries in the region, including the Chinese Communist Party and Russian Federation. Such an agreement should include commitments by the government of Nigeria to co-fund donor-supported humanitarian assistance, including through faith-based organizations, and to prioritize undeserved communities of internally displaced organizations, and to prioritize undeserved communities of...
Okay, my people, and I here we go cut the message off because what is reading, if we have to wait for him to finish the reading that, we are going to wait till eternity, because this message is over 1 hour 45 minutes, and you know what it means. So, but the link to read this message, if you want to read the content of the assignment Trump gave to Rep. Redemore, if you want to read all the whole maybe 80 or 100 pages, file, please ask me for the link and I will give it to you. Have a nice day, and may the Lord continue to bless you. Let me just read 1 or 2 comments and then we round up. Jolade said the breakup of Nigeria is the only way out. Okolo Mo said divide Nigeria will write John Trump name in the history book of West Africa. Boniface says Sharia law is the crown king that will see and speed up the disembarkment of Nigeria. Period. The earlier we do this, the better for all of us. Wade King said if scrapping the Sharia and blasphemy law falls, then division of Nigeria will be inevitable. And that is exactly where it is going to end. Mitchell said the division of Nigeria will remain the best option Trump can choose. Anyway, let me just end it here. Share your own thoughts at the comment section of this video. Please like, comment, share, and subscribe. Follow us on all our social media handles, and it shall be well with you.